Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the A-Listers podcast, a podcast where we watch, review, and yap about movies every single week. My name is Catherine Rowe, and I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Jocelyn Rochelle. Jocelyn, to kickstart us off this week, what is your Oscar of the week? What's your Razzie? What's your Rotten Tomatoes score? How's your week going overall?
My week has been going pretty good. It's always nice to chat with you, Catherine. I always miss you sometimes. Just sometimes. I'm just kidding.
You're such an affectionate friend.
I'm trying. I miss you. Okay.
You are trying. I appreciate it. Thank you.
But my Razzie, I have a prop today.
Oh.
No, my Oscar is that I have this stamp. And I don't know if you can see it. And for
I
the
see
people who are just, it needs to focus. But the people who are listening,
it's not working.
It's okay. It is a stamp, and it says from the library of Jocelyn Rochelle, and so I can stamp all the books
cute.
that I get. Yeah, I've always wanted one, and I've actually gifted this to two people. I gifted my mom one, and I gifted my friend Paige one as well. But yeah, I always wanted one, and I finally got one for myself. So, I've been stamping some books from the Library of Jocelyn Rochelle. So, yeah.
Have you been reading some books as well, or just
yes,
stamping
I finished The Chiffon Trenches by Andre Leon Talley. But Andre Leon Talley was an editor at Vogue, so yeah, and he was actually longtime friends with Anna Wintour, but towards the end of his life, I think they weren't close friends they weren't as close friends, but so yeah, I finished that autobiography, and then I'm currently reading Emotional Intelligence 2.0, but I had to take a little break on it. It's kind of very corporate, so I was like, oh
yeah,
want a little break. But yeah, and then I have a Emily Henry book in transit at the library, so I'm excited to pick that up pretty soon.
Which one? We can leave it at that. We don't have to.
I think it's the most recent one that she did. What is it? The Great Big Beautiful Life or something like that?
Oh, was that the Margot Robbie movie that they made?
Oh, no, it's not the... Okay, I'm getting the Margot Robbie movie. The cover's orange. Anyway, her most recent one, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's my Oscar of the week. My Razzie of the week is that when I went to go see this movie that we're discussing, I had some noisy neighbors. They came in right when the movie started, and they had snacks and whatever, and I think they were just getting settled, but the movie was starting and they were still yapping and getting settled. And so yeah, they were kind of yapping throughout the movie, and then I was like, okay, just ignore it, whatever. I was just focused. But so they were right next to me, and then it was me, and then it was my neighbor to the left, and then the lady next to my left hand neighbor, she literally was like, shh, can you guys stop talking? And she was two people over, and so they kind of quieted down after that, but then they were still kind of noisy throughout, and at one point, one of the girls, she literally answered a FaceTime. She was like, oh hey, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now, I'm in the movie. And you hear the person being like, oh okay, well call me back later, and I'm like, we're in the movies, is there
so
no
they were
decorum?
Young then?
They weren't that young. They weren't that young. Yeah. So it's just, yeah. So
I would have leaned over to the other lady and been like, you should go report them. You should go.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering. About them. Because, during a Broadway show, it's you can definitely go tell the usher. Or the usher will bring that flashlight, and I'm like, we need some flashlights around here.
That's what happens if you go tell an employee, the manager will come in there and come over to talk to them, and then usually they'll hang out in the back for a while and see if they actually quiet down or not.
Oh, really? Okay. Noted. But, yeah. because then I would have to get up and like miss the movie, but
That's why, I've never done it. Because then you're disturbing yourself even more, so.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that was my Razzie. But as far as my Rotten Tomato score, I would say it's probably like a 92. I went to the farm, did some work. I got tired at the farm. It was hot. But yeah, but I had a pretty good week. How about yourself?
I was going to say you got tired at the farm because you were carrying that weed eater again, right?
Girl. But it didn't hurt my arms as much, so I must be getting stronger, you know.
Okay. Mr. Wrecking Machine, what was it called? Smashing Machine himself? Like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
They really did start promoting that movie, like, in July. It came out in October. And just no further. Anyway.
Couldn't pay me to watch it again, if we're being honest. I'm having a pretty good week as well. I'll start with my Razzie because it kind of goes along with what you just said. Unfortunately, I was kind of the hindrance in this case. I did show up to the movie late. I have been trying to be better, but I did unfortunately show up late. And I actually, for the first time, missed the first couple of minutes of a movie. It's never happened to me.
Oh, wow.
They started, because normally, there's the full 30 minutes. They're not doing that as much anymore because I walked in there and it was like 20 or 25 minutes after the start time. So I thought I was still good. Like, I ran in there. They were already talking. Yeah. But, the Razzie part was that, and I was very quiet. I didn't pull my flashlight out, which was problematic because as soon as I start moving along my row, it got like very dark, and then I couldn't see where I was going, and I couldn't see if there was an empty seat or not. And then I thought that I had reached the spot that I was supposed to be, and I just sat down, and I was like, I hope I'm not sitting on someone right now, and I was not, so it was good.
Okay.
But then I got nervous that I wasn't in the right seat, but nobody ever came and got me. So, but I was very quiet. I was not loud. So, but I'm sure
you didn't answer FaceTime.
Do not disturb is on my phone. Like, I don't. Like, why pick up the phone to say I can't talk to you right now? Just don't pick up the phone. No, but shout out to that lady because I don't think I would be brave enough to do that, but I always want to be brave enough to do that. So, but that was my Razzie of the week because I was like, all right, we got to get it together. Like, we got to start getting here. We got to make it 15 minutes now. Like, it can't be 30 minutes anymore.
I was just saying, I kind of like how they're starting early, but I think when I went to go see the movie, I stopped at Target and I was like, we've got to go. Because, like, I think I showed up maybe like 15 minutes and like, it was like one preview and then the Coca-Cola commercial started. I was like, oh, glad we left Target.
I agree. I like it too. We got to adjust. And you know what? It's on me, honestly. It's not on AMC. Like, it's truly on me. There's no one else to blame except for myself at the end of the day. I think I'm going to mentally switch to, like, you need to be there at least 15 minutes after starting time, if not closer to the start time. So I'm going to try it now. We're going to try it. And then my Oscar for the week was that I got a new tattoo. So that was really exciting. We, thank you, went down to Massachusetts for the weekend to see Amanda's family. And I've been doing this thing with my tattoos where I try to get one in every state that I either live or, like, spend a lot of time in. So this is my Massachusetts one. And I got a lantern on my ankle. So that was exciting. Yeah.
Was it like Paul Revere's
You
lantern? Like the British are coming lantern? No?
You know it was not.
It's based
Massachusetts. I really like this. No. Yeah, was it from Dunkin' Donuts? Like,
does it say the British are coming? Like, how's describe the lantern, Catherine?
Oh, it does actually. Yeah, that goes fully up my leg. It just says the British are coming up my thigh. No, it's just a lantern. It's from this Emily Dickinson poem that I like. But the only bad part about it was that I could not decide if I was going to place it on my wrist or on my ankle. And so, but the artist can, like, put the stencil on anywhere. So she was like, let's just do the wrist and the ankle. We'll see how it is. But the thing is, you have to shave wherever you're going to be putting the stencil on, where the tattoo is going to be going. So she did have to shave like my arm where it was, and then I did decide on my ankle, and so now, I mean, you can't like see it really in the camera, but I do have this just like bald patch on my arm. It looks kind of funny because it's like a little square. But no, so that was really exciting. I've been wanting to get a new tattoo for quite a while, so I finally saved up some money and did it.
Nice.
But I'll send you a picture afterwards so you can see it.
Okay.
But my Rotten Tomatoes score for the week is a pretty good week. Probably like a 90. I think we're staying strong in the 90s recently, maybe like high 80s. And so other than the movie that we watched for this week, Jocelyn, what are you watching? Any good TV show or movie recommendations for our listeners?
Okay. I watched Michael Jackson's This Is It.
Yeah, I know you did. I saw it on your letterbox and laughed.
Okay, so to be honest, I went in fully prepared, like being like knowing that this was like the last moments of his life, and like knowing I was going to be sad because he probably wasn't performing the best. However, I was shocked. I was like, he's still like he was still getting it. Like he was still very much getting it, and I'd never seen it before. So this is my first time watching it, and I'm sure the director, Kenny Ortega, shout out Kenny Ortega, love him. I'm sure that he like picked certain parts to make, to be kind to Michael Jackson because that was his friend. He testified at the trial for, the malpractice, but I'm sure he like picked, parts where he was performing his best. But yeah, I was like, wow. I was like, this man was really talented. He was really, really talented. Yeah, and even there was like some parts where he was like, sorry guys, I'm like not singing because I'm trying to save my throat. And I'm like, couldn't tell me anything,
Yeah.
So it was really nice. I liked how the approach that Kenny Ortega took, because I felt like it was like it wasn't too somber. It was really kind of just admiring
a celebration of his life.
Yeah. And like the concert, and like just kind of like recapping like what the concert like would have been. But I do want to say that shout out to this one dancer. There was a clip where it was showing where like Kenny Ortega and Michael Jackson, they were picking dancers, and Michael Jackson literally goes to this dancer. He was like, she's the one. And I believe that if I was told that I was the one by Michael Jackson, that would be in my Instagram bio. So very, very, very. Shout out to the girl. I'm not sure who you are. I could probably look you up and find you, but shout out to you because you're the one and you were getting it. So there we go. That's it.
That would be a good resume highlight. Under accomplishments, it's just like Michael Jackson picked me out and said I was the one.
She said she's the one. But that's all that I really watched this week. What about you?
Oh yeah, no. When I saw that you had logged that, I said I need to text Jocelyn, check in with her. I need to make sure she's getting off TikTok at a good time tonight.
Yeah, I mean I kind of was. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, send me those screen what is it? Screen time records, like
4 hours. It was like 4 hours and 50 minutes this week. 4 hours and 50 minutes this week. Wasn't 5?
Like
what's 3:15?
3:59 of that was spent on TikTok. So,
Catherine, what are you watching this week? Don't worry about it. What are you watching this week?
I had planned to catch up on some movies in TV on the Amtrak to Boston. I accidentally forgot my headphones at home, which is really devastating. That's actually probably my real Razzie for the week. It was a very devastating moment for me. And so I didn't get to catch up on a lot of stuff. But I did start this show on Apple TV called Widow's Bay. Jocelyn, this is not a recommendation for you. This is a recommendation for our listeners. Because it is a comedy horror. It's It's created by the lady who did Parks and Rec, who did a lot of work with Parks and Rec, and it's almost like Jaws meets The Shining meets Parks and Rec, and meets some other horror stuff. It's basically like this mayor on this town off of New England is trying to bring the island into the 21st century, is trying to bring tourism to the island, but all this stuff keeps happening on the island mysteriously, and he's ignoring it. So it's very funny. It does have like a very Parks and Rec like office vibe to it, but also there's like some mythological stuff happening, and it's really good. Like I binge watched all 3 episodes and didn't realize that they aired out weekly, and I was like, "Where's episode 4? Like when's this next episode airing?" But I would definitely recommend it to anyone who likes. It's not too scary, to be honest. I just don't think that you would really love it, but it's really good. So I loved it a lot. And then, so in other movie news for this week, there's not a lot. Honestly, a lot of the stuff that I was seeing was just about the Cannes Movie Festival that's been happening this past week. There's been a lot of movies premiering at that, obviously. Sadly, we had to turn down our invite to it because we were both working. I know. So that was rough that we couldn't go to that. Sorry to our listeners. We'll go next year, though.
Yeah, actually, another thing that I kind of watched was like Michael Jackson's Ghost, which premiered at the Cannes Movie Festival. I watched parts of it. His acting was really good. You know what? I was also thinking, I was like, I only saw this movie once. I only saw the Michael movie once. And it was almost a month ago. And I'm still here.
Oh, I know.
But I'm not the only person. Other people on TikTok are worse than me.
I'm not hating on it. I just think for your mental health, we should...
Yeah. I'm slowly getting off of it, for sure.
I support you. But so the festival's been happening all this week, along with announcements of like levels of applause that goes on for a longer amount of time than I thought possible. You know, they're always like, this movie premiered and they give them like a 20-minute standing ovation. Yeah. I think that's crazy, Jocelyn, that they're doing that. Yeah. But have there been anything from that you've seen or that you were interested in, or any movies you're excited about?
I am not. To be honest, I'm not. I wasn't too familiar which ones have premiered there. But I did see John Travolta make an appearance.
That's big movie news with his beret. Is that what you're talking about?
His beret, his beard, yeah.
And you know what? He looked good. I was like, okay, good for John Travolta. Like, it was a vibe.
Somebody was like, I don't remember what John Travolta looked like, but I just don't remember it being this. And I was like, the last time I've seen John Travolta, I believe, was Tracy Turnblad's mom. So, like, you know, I don't really... That was him, right?
That was him.
Okay,
yeah.
So, being like, no, Tracy, you can't go out. So, don't really remember, but yeah. Love the fashion though. I think everybody has been stunning. I'm excited what films come out.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is premiering. There was a couple stuff that I thought looked good. Sebastian Stan and Renata, who was in Sentimental Value and The Worst Person in the World. They're in a movie called Fjord together. That looks really good. There was also a movie with do you know who Sophie Thatcher is? She was in Yellow Jackets and Companion. I don't know if she does a lot of horror stuff. There's a new movie with her that looked really good as well.
Okay.
Some exciting stuff. I'm glad you brought up the John Travolta beret moment, because that was an exciting moment for me. I was like, and you know, he was feeling himself too. Like when he was posing, I was like, good for him. I hope he found himself a girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good, I would say.
He does look good. Yeah. The last 72? Time I saw him, I don't know if that was after Hairspray or not, but do you remember when he pronounced Idina Menzel incorrectly?
No. I don't.
You don't remember that? I'm going to send that to you later. It was like a big moment.
Wow.
For him, so. But this week, premiering on the AMC's near us that we went to go see was Is God Is, which was a... I don't really know if I would describe it as a horror movie. It was like a thriller kind of comedy, I would say, with like a little bit of horror elements. But so we went to go see that movie this week, much to Jocelyn's chagrin, as we, don't always love horror movies. But a quick synopsis for this movie, thanks to me. After a reunion with their believed to be dead mother, twin sisters Racine and Anaya, who were disfigured in a fire as children, set out on a journey of revenge and violence to find their father, who's also Jocelyn's crush. But this movie right now is sitting at a Rotten Tomato score of 97% and a popcorn meter of 89%. And the cast and crew, exciting because the director, Alicia Harris, also was the one who created the play that this movie was based off of. And I did not realize that this movie was based off a play, but I thought that was really cool to learn that the director had done both. And then it was actually a pretty small cast. And honestly, there weren't like a ton of people in this. Cara Young, who played Racine, it was in a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff that I've seen, but she was in a lot of Broadway stuff. I didn't know if you'd seen her in some stuff. Yeah,
I actually have, and I have a prop.
Oh, pull out the binder. Yeah.
And as you can see, I have the Pearly Victorious, a non-Confederate, what is it?
Ooh.
Non-Confederate romp through cotton patch. It has a long name. But for the listeners who are not seeing it, but I have my playbill from that, and I had it signed, and she actually signed it, and she was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I won the Broadway lottery for that, and I was actually front row center.
Ooh.
And no.
Okay.
I know.
So you saw her. You were like her presence.
Yeah. And like Leslie Odom Jr., he also starred in that. There was just like one scene where he like goes to the crowd and he's like looking over, and I was like, oh. So it was cool. But she won a Tony for that. So really have to keep this playbill and her autograph near and dear to my heart. So yeah.
Look at you.
That's
very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Oh no, you're good. I'm glad you know her. I was wondering when I was reading through her stuff. I was like, I wonder if Jocelyn saw her in something, because it seems like she's very big on Broadway. Yeah. She's also in I Love Boosters, which is premiering this week, and I think what we're going to be watching for next week. So this is a big couple of weeks for her with our podcast. Shout out to her. Maybe we can get her on.
And isn't she on Proof with Ayo Edebiri and I can't think of his name. Don Cheadle? Is she in? I think she's in that.
I would believe that. I didn't look specifically.
She's really cool too. You know, I think she was born and raised in Harlem, and like those New York City kids are just different. They're really cool.
They're cooler than the rest of us, for being honest, at the end of the day.
Like their fashion, like they're just cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're very cool. And then Mallory Johnson, who played her twin. Honestly, this was not her like debut, but she hadn't been in a ton of stuff before this, but she did a great job. Janelle Monáe, who has been in everything, sung a lot of stuff. Vivisha Fox, I think if that's how you pronounce her name. Sterling K. Brown is who I was referencing earlier as Jocelyn's crush, and also, the man's been in like everything. And then Erica Alexander, who has also been in a couple of TV... Actually, she's been in, like, every TV show ever. I had recognized her from a couple of TV shows, and then when I was perusing her Wikipedia, I was like, Erica has starred in every single thing, like, ever.
She's been booked and busy.
Yeah, but she was also in American Fiction with Sterling K. Brown, which is where he got his Oscar nomination for, I believe. So.
Oh, really? Huh. Okay, cool. Yeah. I most know her from Living Single. It's a good sitcom. You should watch it.
I've never watched it. Is that like where she got her start, or?
I think so. That's where, it's highly believed that's where Friends got their idea from. Because it's like I think it's like 5 or 6 friends living in New York City. So, yeah. But yeah, she played a lawyer there. She was funny.
Oh, very cool. We'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
But any other thoughts about the crew, or about the director, or any of the cast, or Sterling K. Brown, or Sterling K. Brown's muscles, or?
I am a fan of Sterling K. Brown. It was hard for me to watch, as he was a pretty bad villain in this. And I was like, oh, so it was hard for me to watch that. But I did like Alicia Harris. So she also wrote the play and everything. And like, I think she was like the writer, director, producer. She did all the things. So shout out to her. Cause I wasn't too familiar with her as a director. And then I like looked it up, and I was like, oh, she wrote the play. And then I also thought it was very funny. I was looking on Letterboxd after the movie, and they were like, "This was really good. It should be a play." And I did some digging, and I was like, "Wait, it literally was a play before this." So, so yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive because I feel like writing and putting together a play is very different than directing a comedy thriller. So it's a really impressive transition that she went from that to this, and this was her directorial debut.
Yeah, shout out to her. Shout out to her. We missed one little movie news was that AMC, they have that $5 value bill.
Okay, do you want to talk about
anyway, I got the $5 popcorn, and it was like it was like the right size popcorn. So shout out to that in the movie. I hope they keep
shout
it.
out to AMC.
Yeah, you need to keep it.
It's very exciting.
Thank you. Going back to the movie.
Is there more to that?
No, that's all.
I don't know how to expand on that. I also don't know how to transition from that other than saying, Chelsea, what were your overall thoughts and feelings about this movie? What did you think about it? Was it too horror-y or thriller-y for you? Or
it wasn't too horror-y or thriller-y for me. I was able to go home and go to sleep. I think the biggest thing, like I said, was Sterling K. Brown playing such a villain. And, I think if it was just anybody, of course it was Sterling K. Brown, and it was, hard to watch. But I think if it was anybody playing that role, it would have been hard to watch because, man, that man was a villain. So, yeah. But overall, I think, later we would do, I need a Siggy moment. I think most of the movie I needed a Siggy. I would have went through a pack or two during this whole movie. It definitely did keep me on my toes, and I just never. I knew, I kind of suspected what was coming next, but I'm like, whew, it was something. But overall, I did like the movie. I did enjoy it, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too Halloween-y for me, so I survived. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I really liked it a lot. I was really impressed finding out afterwards that it was the director's first movie ever, and even that the two main girls, this is kind of some of their first movies that they've done, just because they were up against these, Sterling K. Brown and Janelle Monáe and Erica Alexander, these people that have been in the industry for a really long time, and I thought they did a great job. I really liked how the movie looked. I thought it looked really good. It had some interesting visual storytelling, even with them just communicating via their thoughts. I thought that was done really well. That could have been cheesy, and that could have been not very good. But yeah, I actually thought it was going to be a little bit more horror. So I think I maybe wanted it to be a little bit. I was probably the opposite of you. I'm sorry. I wanted it to be a little bit more horror-y. But no, I love it. I felt like it felt very different to any movie that we've seen recently. It felt very unique, and it did not have a big cast, which I liked. It kept it very, just pretty tight and short. And yeah, I agree. It was predictable. I don't think there was a lot of stuff that was too oh, I did not see that coming. What? But no, I think the Sterling K. Brown casting was the best part, because he is always such a good guy that seeing him as a villain, and he was a really good villain. And I really liked the choice to not show his face for so long, because it was just so, or they just showed his lips down, and his smile was so creepy at times, and I was this is so weird for me. I'm so used to seeing him on my screen and being that's the guy I'm rooting for. That's the guy that, he's always in the right. He has a good moral standing,
Yeah. I feel that's why the director didn't show his face. It was no, he has to be the villain. But I also thought his voice was a little softer. I don't know if you picked up to that. When he was first when he sat down to eat the sandwich, he was so we need to talk. And I'm is this Michael Jackson?
That's interesting about any movie we're watching. You're MJ? Are you cameoing in this movie?
He's we need to talk. And I'm okay, it's a little lighter. It's an octave lighter than what I'm used to. He came in with the Sperry's. I know,
the Sperry's killed me.
Yeah. But Yeah, but I thought it was great casting all the way around too, and even like this the styling and the costumes I thought was pretty good too. Like even Vivica Fox, like the mom, and like her braids and like them braiding her hair, but then also the twins had braids, and then even their travel outfits, like they were cool. You know, Cara Young, very cool. I feel like that's her. I feel like she could pull out those outfits. Like she looked very
Oh
cool.
yeah.
So shout out to the costume person as well,
Yeah.
because she did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the scene with the mom where because I mean I guess we should say that the two twin girls are physically disfigured. They were burned when they were a kid, and they believe that their mom is dead, but they get a letter from her asking like them to come. And the scene where they go there and they visit her, it was a really cool scene. It was like kind of like not like supernatural, but it almost felt like something like supernatural, like spiritual was going on, and the sound of that scene was really cool. So, and I also liked in that scene where they kind of did it a couple of times in this movie where they didn't show the horrible thing, they just like showed the girl's reaction to it, and I thought that was like, I don't know, just like cool and interesting, because like presumably her body was very burned up and disfigured, but they did not show it. But it was like effective to just see her two daughters like reacting to her body.
Yeah, and I mean I think personally I wouldn't want to see it. It's like we don't have to see that. I want to go to sleep tonight. You know, I don't want to be thinking about like, dang, somebody really did that to her. You know. You
talked about I need a Siggy moment. I think that my I need a Siggy moment was as soon as their half brother later on in the movie was like, you need to turn around, like don't look at us while you're dancing. I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
it's about to be bad for you. Or anytime Racine picked up the sock with the rocks in it, I was like, this isn't gonna go well. This is not gonna go well.
Yeah. But okay, so question for you. So they made a couple stops. First they went to go visit the mom, and then that's when the mom was like, I want you to go kill your dad because of what he did to me. So first they went to kind of like their dad's, I don't want to say side piece, but their dad's fling-a-ding.
Yeah.
They went to that and then found out that they have a half brother there, and then they went to
the lawyer.
Who they found out that their dad cut his tongue out or whatever, which is crazy. And then they last and final stop their dad's family, which they found out that it was another set of twins. So which stop on their excursion did you, I don't know if you liked or did you find the most interesting?
I actually found maybe the girlfriend the most interesting, because I think she was kind of the worst. Because she stood by, which they never name him. I think he's just named the man or the husband. She stood by him through his court proceedings when he had burned his wife alive. And then he had abandoned her seemingly 20 plus years ago, and she was still believing that he was going to come back.
She has,
and I was like,
she had his clothes in a little trophy case, essentially. She was like,
and her son was
belongings.
Creepy. Yeah, literally. His clothes were displayed in like a altar type thing, and just like the girls were kind of started referring to their mom as God, and viewing their mom in this like religious way. She also viewed the dad as kind of like God, or just as this like higher power in like a way that was clearly not, not true. He wasn't God, but also just like not healthy. So yeah, I don't know. I found that part like pretty creepy and unsettling. But I mean, obviously there was no killing there, so it wasn't like the worst part. But I don't know why. I was just like, girl, it's been like 20 plus years. Yeah. The man's not coming back. Like, he's not going to come see you again.
Yeah. One of my favorite parts was when Cara, is it Cara Young? Cara Young?
You saw Laura Broadway, I don't know. Racine?
But yeah, when she was like, so let me get this straight. Like, and she kind of like told it back to her, like, and you're still waiting for him to come back? I was like, yeah, thank you for clearing that up. No, that was funny. I think, to be honest, like, I think the part that I found the most interesting was the lawyer. I don't know if it's because I kind of like that actor. He played in some of my favorites, like ATL and some others. But that is Bubba Gump.
Yeah, it is.
Or not Bubba Gump. That is Bubba. Yeah, it all comes back to Forrest.
I thought that's why you were bringing it up. Yeah.
No. I remember being like, oh yeah, that's where he's from. We haven't mentioned Forrest Gump in a while on this podcast. Yeah.
I was excited doing the research to see that we would be able to bring it up. So
yes, and you almost let us go without saying it. Yes. So my favorite part was Bubba. He wasn't on a shrimp boat or anything. He was a lawyer. But yeah, I thought that was kind of like interesting. To be honest, I feel like there's a style, like there's a reasoning why he cut his tongue. I'm not really sure why, though.
What do you think?
I don't know. If I was like in a class, I would do an analysis of why he took his tongue. Maybe because he likes. Well, I'm not writing a paper on this. Maybe because he tried to speak up for him, and there has to be some kind of connection of why his tongue was taken. But
well, he admitted to him that he had done it. Like Shirley K. Brown said that he got away with it. So
yeah, maybe Sterling K. Brown didn't want him to tell other people like after he admitted it. So. So maybe that's the analysis. I don't know. Professor of cinematography or cinema, let us know how we did. We'll cite our sources later. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting, and I think that part just kind of let me know like how like evil like the man character was, or Sterling K. Brown's character was, because that's crazy. Like, here this man helped you, and then you're gonna cut off his tongue? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, the first part where I was like, this man's evil is when he burned his wife and then had his two daughters like looking at it. But it was just crazy.
But yeah, I mean, up until that point, it had seemed like he was just committing violence against like his girlfriends, his wives, which is obviously not okay. But that was like he's just kind of a violent man in general. Like I mean, this man was his lawyer who had just gotten him like, an innocent, like he wasn't found guilty, and he decided to cut out his tongue. So
very interesting. Yeah,
seems like his natural reaction was just, I know it would hurt a lot. But so, I mean, I mentioned earlier, I thought this movie looked really good. You liked the costumes. This movie was set, I don't know if it was really set, but it was filmed around New Orleans, so it's down in Louisiana. And I know that you don't really like horror, but do you like some more of like Southern Gothic horror, which is what I would describe this as? Kind of similar to Sinners of where it's based and where it's filmed. Because I was just going to say, I mean, other than a lot of like the cultural stuff, just even the settings of like filming down in the South, I think can really like, it seems creepy a lot of times. Like it's like very like fits the theme. Yeah.
And to be honest, during my 4 hours and 50 minutes of screen time, I did see a TikTok of where it was like the United States created its own genre of literature, and it's called Southern Gothic. I didn't finish watching the TikTok, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I kept scrolling. But to be honest, I'm not a fan of Southern Gothic. And the reason why is I think it's a little too close to home. So, yeah. Because I think a lot of Southern Gothic kind of stems from I think a lot of Southern Gothic and all this Southern horror comes from like slavery, and that's a little bit scary. And then sometimes when I'm at the farm and it's sunset, I'm like, oof, might be some vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think if it's done right, like in a movie, like, yes, it could be nice. But to be honest, I'm not a fan of like Spanish moss. And I think it's because when I was younger, we went down to Savannah and we went on a ghost tour, and that kind of scared me for a while. So I know I'm in the South. I know it's a genre. Can't say I'm a fan of it. A fan of it. It's a little too close, but I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I really appreciate it, but yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you?
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not for you. I agree. I think it can depend on the setting and like some of the themes of it. Because I mean, sometimes if you are watching it, it is just like black torture, just like the whole time. You're like, I don't know if this is really what I want to be putting into my brain.
Yeah.
Or if it's like a white director, you're like, this is an interesting like thing for you to focus on.
Yeah.
But I thought this movie handled it well. I also think for me, like, I'm not from Louisiana, and I have spent time in Louisiana, but I don't really go there, so like that was a little bit easier too. Like I like stuff set in like the bayou and like in the swamp and all that stuff, because I'm like, well, that's not where I'm personally going when I go back to the South. If someone was like, let's watch some horror about Appalachia, I'd be like, let's not.
The Duchess of Owensboro would be like, no.
Exactly. And I'm like, no. They're like, what's happening in the mountains? And I'm like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't care to know. But I thought that you could tell that this director like respected the genre and respected like her black character's relationship with it, and I just thought it was good. It was interesting subgenre of horror. But so, do you have any other Get Out analysis for the movie? Any interesting themes or stuff you wanted to talk about?
Let's see, interesting themes. Not really. I thought it was interesting though how like with the twins, like I guess they turned out to definitely be descendants of their father in a way. Because even like, so one was like, hey, can you tell the other sister to turn around? Because, her face she had some burn marks and scars on it. And so they were like, we don't want to look at that. But even like after the twin brother, spoiler alert, after she killed him, the other twin brother was like, you killed my brother, which... I mean, they did. So, I mean, it's
fair.
It is fair. But the way he kind of, like, ran with her and was like, it's okay. But then kind of, like, turned, I was like, oh. So, I wouldn't say I thought that was interesting. I could definitely, like, tell why. But it definitely, I needed a Siggy moment. But, yeah, I was also, like, I think a major plot twist, though, was Janelle Monáe's character when she was trying to flee. And... because he was abusive to her, and so she was trying to flee, and she was planning on going to Las Vegas and Connecticut, and then she spit in one of the twins' faces, and I was like, dang, like you would think that they would come together and be like, yeah, like I know this man is abusive, like let me tell you, like let me tell you, I don't know, like where something is in the house, let me help you out, but she was like, it's she was, I don't know if she was a bit selfish, but she was in a way, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I thought that was an interesting look because, like, I think we always think of victims of abuse. You might think of them a certain way, but she was certainly a victim of domestic abuse, and she was reacting to that in an interesting way and reacted to these girls in an interesting way who had also been victims of this man and, was talking down on their mom, who was also a victim of domestic abuse from this man. Like, it was like... you guys are all, like you said, you guys are all on the same side. Like, why are you...
Yeah. Well, I think the part that really got me, too, was she was like, your mom, like, made a choice or whatever. And I'm like... or did she say that? She said something along those lines. But I was like, oh, no. I thought we were going to be all in this together.
Yeah.
Kenny Ortega...
like, you're not better than them.
Yeah. Did you get my little joke? I said, Kenny Ortega did not direct this. Like, we're all in this together.
I didn't get that. I didn't really watch High School Musical, so.
What?
I think I watched them all like at the end of college with some friends, but
End of college?
yeah, I didn't watch it a ton.
Wow, Catherine.
Yeah. Sorry.
Have you seen Dirty Dancing?
I have seen Dirty Dancing.
He was also the choreographer for that.
Oh, I was like, he directed that, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. I like Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Yeah, I thought the family stuff in this movie was really good as well. Kind of like you were talking about. It's interesting to see like if violence is passed down. Is that like nature versus nurture? But I liked that like the sister that survived, wasn't choosing violence and wasn't choosing violence to pass on to her daughter, and was like, I'm just going to tell her about her aunt. I was like, don't tell her about any of her other relatives. None of her uncles, not her grandma, probably, not her granddad. Like, I was
Yeah. Because even the grandma was like, when the twin sister was like, or when one of the twins was like, the surviving twin, when she's like, we're not killers. And then the sister goes, our dad tried to burn our mom, like, and made us watch. And then our mom sent us to go kill our dad. Like, and you're saying we're not killers? I was like, oh. She does have a point there.
She did have a point. But I did like that. I think what won out in the end was like, you can choose to not be violent. You can choose like what you pass on to your children. Yeah. Which the mom, because I was like, I mean, I know the mom was a victim here, but I was like, you're going to send your two daughters to go kill. I was like, okay. It's an interesting choice being made. So, but, and then another thing that I liked about the movie, because I was very intrigued as we were watching the movie, if there was like a level, like I was like, is something supernatural going to happen? Because sometimes in a horror movie, you never know, what level of spirituality you're going to see and stuff. But I liked how they kind of just left it, it was more of like a real movie, and there was just like some touch of stuff of like them communicating and all the stuff that was going on. So I liked how the director like balanced a lot of genres and like influences into the movie, and it was just really good. But one fun fact, because I know that you love those, this was originally going to be an A24 film back in like I think 2019, somewhere around there. It was starting to be in production, and I'm not sure like what happened with it, but it stopped and didn't move forward. But I was like, this feels like an A24 film. Like when I was watching it, I was like, this could be A24.
Yeah. Okay, question for you. This is so random, but I was just thinking, would you ever work for A24?
In what capacity?
I don't know. Like, do you like if they brought you on to do, I don't know, something.
Yeah, I would pick A24 over some of the others. Because I like how A24, I feel like they're always trying new stuff. Like, it's not like the same, like, Disney Marvel movie coming out every year. I think that they try to get new people in there and new ideas, and even if I don't always love it, I like when they put out, like, original stuff. So, yeah, I would probably feel better about working for them than Disney or one of those others.
Interesting. I was just wondering. Don't ask me because I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
All right.
Some of their stuff is a little weird. I don't know. I'm not, because some of their stuff is horror. Is it Midsommar A24?
Midsommar.
Oh, Midsommar. Oh. See, I haven't seen that, but all of my friends tell me not to watch it. So
yeah, you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it.
There we go. So
I don't know if I have to work on every movie.
Yeah, I mean, I could do. I could do the drama. I could do.
I mean, many could argue that the drama is a horror.
Yeah, even that one had me. I was thinking at night. Shoot, I don't know. They're gonna have to put me in something.
I feel like making something would be less scary than watching it. You could help put it together and then not see it at the end of the day.
Maybe. I'll just work on like the events or something.
Okay. All right. Well, who do you have a favorite character and a least favorite character?
My favorite character, let's see. I would say my favorite character might have to be probably, to be honest, I'm not too sure with the twins' names, but I think Mallory Johnson. So it was Kara Young, and then the other twin. I think she was my favorite character. I like how she was like, she was always like checking the other twin and be like, I don't like how you're acting like this. She was like, I don't like this. And even I think she even mentioned to the mom, she was like, you don't want to just forgive him.
Yeah. You don't want to just
I feel like she was kind of like me throughout the movie, being like, maybe we should just forgive him. You know, like, we're not killers, you know? So
yeah.
I think she was my favorite character. And then my least favorite character, probably either Sterling K. Brown or the half brother that was that like was like from the first stop.
Ezekiel. Yeah.
Yeah, Ezekiel. See, Ezekiel, that's a biblical name. I feel like there's biblical references in here, Catherine, and we just need to find them.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about that.
Yeah, well, no, I need to do some research because I'm not really sure. Yeah. Like the tongue, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Because, like, why did he come after them? Like, I feel
after
like
who? Ezekiel?
No. Well, Ezekiel came after the twins, and they were like, leave our dad. Well, he was like, leave our dad alone, and he messed up their car and everything. Like, why would you do that? Like, you haven't seen this man since you were born.
I think sometimes with like Southern Gothic horror, religion does play a lot into it, and not like always necessarily like exact stuff from the Bible, but I think just the way that like people can use religion to manipulate people. And that was kind of what I took that the dad did, was that he like placed himself in as a religious figure to these people, like to his seemingly all of his sons and to that one wife, where he was like she believed in him as you would believe in God. Like, as like I haven't seen or heard from this person in years, but like he told me something and I'm gonna follow that. And Ezekiel, instead of like, you know, following God or following, you know, any religious figure or whatever, chose to follow his actual physical father, who he had never met in his entire life. So I didn't personally pick up on like any specific stuff from the Bible, but that's what I thought was just more of like how people can use like religion or can like place themselves in as religious figures to people, you know.
It's a good analysis, yeah. Thank you.
But if I think of specific biblical things, I'll say that too.
It's like, you know my number. I'll probably text you too. Who was your favorite and least favorite character? Yeah,
okay, here's the thing. I'm having a different interpretation of it this week. This was not my favorite character, but I just thought Sterling K. Brown as the dad was so good. I'm going to place him as like my favorite actor for the week.
Okay.
He was just really, I mean, he was obviously the worst person who ever existed in this movie. Like, he genuinely was a terrible, violent man who abused everyone around him. But I just thought it was such a good, like, role for Sterling K. Brown, and I was so glad for him that he got to, like, play something different. And like you said, like, he changed his voice. He was very creepy, and I liked it a little bit less when they showed his whole face, just because I thought the visual effect of not seeing his face was very creepy. But I didn't even like find him super attractive whenever they showed his full face, because I was so like scared by him and like creeped out by him, which is such a change, because like normally you see Sterling K. Brown and he's like in paradise and he's very attractive and he's like a big wife guy, and you're like, I love this man, like I would love to be around this man. But he just like did something to his face that made it like creepier, and I don't know what it was. So yeah, so my favorite actor was him.
Okay.
My least favorite character, probably Ezekiel, because I was like, Why are you going after your sisters?
Yeah.
For a man that you've literally, he's never met his father. His father abandoned him.
Yeah. And he messed up their car.
And he was kind of stupid.
Yeah, the whole fighting scene too. I was like, this was a bit unnecessary, to be honest.
Yeah. He's a little bit dumb.
But anyway, yeah. All right. So what did you rank it on Letterboxd?
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
I wanted to give it a 4. I might rewatch it in the fall around spooky time and give it a 4. But I really liked it. It was very good. I thought it was an amazing debut for several people, and it was very original, and I thought that it was very like quick, and I was never bored in it, and all the acting was really, really good. So yeah, 3.5 might be a 4. Might revisit it.
Okay.
What'd you give it?
Nice. I gave it a 3.5 as well. I actually had to double check to make sure to see what I got it. But yeah, I thought it was good. I did kind of want maybe like a follow up of like the mom. I don't know, just some kind of like closure on some stuff. But overall, I thought it was pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
Kept me intrigued. Kept my theater neighbors intrigued too. They had a lot of commentary during.
I was saying, did they, or were they?
They had a lot of commentary during the violent scenes. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was very interesting. Yeah, and had me kind of like thinking, and I was shocked at some points. So yeah, a good 3.5.
Yeah.
Good.
Where are you gonna rank it on your list?
Oh boy, I think I'm gonna rank it. You probably guessed this. I'm gonna rank it below Send Help, but above Bugonia.
I was gonna guess below Begonia, so I was close.
I was debating between that, but yeah. We'll do that. So at number 14 on our list.
Okay.
What about you?
I am gonna rank this. It's a tough one. Horror is always interesting because I don't always want to watch horror again. Just because sometimes that's the way I would rank stuff. I am gonna rank this. I'm debating if I want to put it above Marty Supreme or not. No, I'm gonna put it right. No, I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna put it at 9. I'm gonna put it right above Marty Supreme.
Okay.
Because if we're being honest, if I was going to rewatch one of those, I'd rewatch As God Is, so.
Okay. And I just realized that we have one eensy teensy bitsy problem. I have ranked 31 movies. You have only ranked 30 movies. So.
Oh.
One movie has gotten left off the list, but we can find that out later.
Okay. I will. Yeah. I will go.
I don't even
figure that out later. Okay. Yeah, I'll look through my list and see what got cut off. Okay, so that is a wrap on Is God Is. Next week we are going to be watching I Love Boosters, so that's exciting. We're going to see Carrie Young one more time. In the meantime, people can follow us, like us, subscribe, comment, watch, listen, rate, whatever they want to do on Spotify, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on all of those. We are at A-listers_pod. And then if you guys want to email us, if you want to email us movie recommendations, something specific we should watch, or any biblical references we missed, which would be, I'd feel bad. I'd be like, I gotta open my Bible more. Then you can email us at moviesandyap@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll see everybody next week.
Yeah, bye. Have a good night.